they got that bit. They got that bit sort of bends. I mean, they all bend in like 1 or 2 ways each, and that's hugely upsetting. This one only bends. Well, that one bends in 2 ways. These bend in 3 ways because they got the one of them, and then they got all the lines and stuff.
Hands are weird.
And I don't think my thumb should do that. It hurts when I. Ow. Yeah.
Hands are weird.
And the nails, they're not actually made of nail, are they? Otherwise they'd be grey.
Hands are weird.
Hands are weird.
Hands are weird.
Hands are really weird.
Hands are weird.
Maybe it's just mine. I think it's all hands.
Hands are weird.
Olive. Vegetable. Grapeseed. Almond. Coconut. Lavender. Palm. Crude. Baby. Massage. Essential. CBD. Where do all the bad colours go when they break? And I'm back. Hang on. There we are. How does it feel to be spooky, Si?
Very. Intro, Ben and Liam with conversation how unboxing this game /magic/describe/do.
No, that means a change in... Never mind.
So what's the first bit then? The first bit, before the introduction, we're going to say that you can get super loot.
That's for the end.
That's for the end, so why is it first?
Because I wrote it down first. Do you want to say it? Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah, man, rubbing nipples is amazing.
I mean, at least you own it, I guess.
Kittens.
Robes. Jack. Ow.
So we're basically like 20 years in the future, but our clothes make us look like we're scummy college dropouts from the 80s.
I'm recording, go away. It's really hot in here.
You're really hot.
Ah. No, but seriously, there's like 14 lights and it's terrifying.
Are you proud, father?
You know he's not.
I just wasn't prepared for how sexy that was. You really caught me off guard.
Mayo. I eat you every day-o. You make me feel okay-o. Mayo.
Simon, vlog. It's a good vlog. It's a good vlog, buddy.
Good lord. Tell the world about promoting gigs.
Hello, Internet. We are speaking to you from the past. It's currently our now, but to you, it's also now, but our past.
Let's see your best impression, Ben.
Of what?
Just your best impression.
Betty the got the whoops in my beret, caused a lot of trouble. Who's gonna see the Queen on Christmas Day then?
You're editing it correct.
Nah, I might just upload it straight from the SD card. That's just how I roll.
Fair enough.
Sausagely.
Right.
I go through my mic.
Going through your stuff.
Today's word is toilet. A small gift that you may give to a child as a solstice or Christmas gift. Toilet.
I did it.
Robes. Check.
Let's sing a song about our predictions for the future.
It will happen unless we're all dead.
Quickly, Ben, witty retort.
Ha! That's a sort of cake that makes jokes. Oh, that's a wittier tort.
Yourself.
That was Sinbad's idea. He's our tambourinist. He's got one really big arm, which is weird because the tambourine's really quite small.
Ben's just turned up to him. And the battery's out! God damn it! What a day.
Jeremy Mange, isn't he strange? But listen to his voice, he's got incredible range.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
We did it. We did it before anyone has to hear that bloody remix again.
Fuck you, Jackie Weaver.
Yeah.
Wait,
Really
wait, are we live?
really taking a hard line against Jackie Weaver.
Are we on? Oh, shit. Sorry, Jackie.
I think you knew we were on. I think you were doing that for comic effect.
You think that?
I do.
You... Good boy.
I just realised that it's
Hello!
it's really obvious that my camera's reversed, isn't it? Because you can't read my
I-
t-shirt.
I can't see.
Ben can't
You're
tell.
not facing me. You're
I'm not facing
someone
Ben.
else.
I'm facing someone else.
Prick.
Hey, Almighty Colossus is awake somehow.
Yay! How's it going, buddy? Liam's going to have to tell me how it's going because I don't have the chat window open.
Rude.
Why is that? Because it's Pokemon Community Day.
Fucking I like your commitment to the show.
Hey, there's gargoyles everywhere.
I gotta say, man, I downloaded this app called Cluster Ducks, and it's a whole big crazy mess. It's so much fun. I'm gonna show the chat first. Basically, you have to breed like a bunch of ducks, and some of them have like horse heads, some of them have like spider bodies, and you gotta like try to work out how to breed specific ones. So you've got to, so each duck has a head, wings, and a body which can be mismatched, and you got to like try to get all three parts horse, so you have a complete horse or a complete spider or a complete astronaut or whatever. and it's like it's real weird and it's real terrifying because a lot of them are just horrific Lovecraftian nightmares. So that's been my week. I've been sick and playing that. Yes, good stuff.
You've
It's a great game. Almighty Colossus is vaguely sentient, which is good. That's where me and Ben usually operate.
That's where we... Right. Did I tell you that I'm reading Lovecraft at the moment?
Are you really? Which one? Or
Yeah,
which ones?
the Necronomicon.
Oh, bloody hell, the big one.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's 1,000 pages.
Yes. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I've not read Lovecraft books themselves because I can't read. And I'm sticking with that. Like, yeah, just straight up can't read.
I mean, you knew that your T-shirt was backwards.
Yeah, I can see the letters, but I can't see what they are.
Oh.
I know this isn't how a P's supposed to look. You got to see a doctor, am I right?
The W's fine.
The W's fine, and the E could just be a 3. Yeah, so but I'm real familiar with Lovecraft and like the whole extended mythology and stuff through like, you know, just being a nerd and having access to the internet, I guess. If Cthulhu kills us, I'm blaming Ben. I mean, I think you should blame Cthulhu.
What? I didn't do it.
People are responsible for their own actions.
I'm not reading it out loud.
Yeah, that would be a problem. Don't do that.
Never speak Latin in front of books.
They'll get ideas.
It's not in Latin. I am not that good at reading Latin that I would read.
I can't read.
Lovecraft.
I can't read, but I can read Latin. So.
Some of it is pretty simple.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
It's just the bits in between.
Yeah, you got to worry about those bits. Did you ever catch Lovecraft Country? I think on Amazon.
I thought so, but it was just a cold.
Right, let's try that again. There's a show on Amazon Prime called Lovecraft Country, and it's really good. You're so proud of yourself.
Yeah, that's funny.
Lovecraft Country is the name of the thing I'm asking about.
I think you've told me. I think you mentioned it, but I never. I never saw.
It's really good. It's basically it repackages a lot of Lovecraft sort of ideas and just sort of tells them in a slightly more modern way, and you basically follow a family of African Americans in the, I'm gonna say, 40s, 50s, 60s, somewhere around there. So like not the most popular race at the time, if you want to put it that way. People
pretty
seem
sure
to be...
white people were worse.
Yeah, but I mean, like in terms of who held the power.
There was racism was rife.
Yes,
is what you were. Yeah,
slightly more so
saying.
than these days, where it's still a problem, but for some reason we think it's not.
It's because people can go, yeah, it was terrible in the them days.
Yeah, as opposed
when
to now,
I wasn't about,
it's fine.
and therefore not responsible.
Yeah, exactly. It's got nothing to do with me, so it must have been worse.
Exactly.
And it's interesting that the creators have chosen to like view or tell these Lovecraft stories through the lens of an African American family, because obviously Lovecraft was like he wasn't not a racist. It's hard to tell if he was like actually a white supremacist or if he was just like a product of the 40s, 50s. So of course, like his particular set of language is fucked up by today's standards. Like I don't know if we ever get to know, because I don't think he ever really talked explicitly about race. He was just very very free about throwing around certain language. I don't know. Again, I haven't read it, can't read. So I could be talking about my ass.
When I came back from the shop with the book, Sai, who, you know Sai, he's on the show sometimes.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, I was chatting to him and I went, I just bought Necronomicon. I'll just start reading some Lovecraft. And he went, huh, doesn't the racism bother you?
But that's Sai all over, isn't it? Like,
I just bought myself a book. That's like the happiest I ever am. Why are you doing this?
But but it's one of the things I don't know if he was. Again, I haven't properly looked into it because it doesn't actually affect me, which sounds much worse than I meant it. But like, to be honest, I think he was just an old traditional white dude in the worst possible way. So there's some racism in there, but I don't think he was deliberately out to be destructive. Again, I could just be talking out my ass. I don't know. Someone please censor me.
I've not got far enough into it to be able to give an accurate summation of what I think his racial views were or were not.
Yeah. You'll have a
So
slightly
far,
better view.
it's just creepy.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll have a slightly better view once you actually read the thing, and then you'll be one up on me. But to be honest, like, a lot of the old classic writers like Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, they probably all had a bit of racism in there. But, like, thankfully, their worlds and their creations have become so much more than the initial creators. Which, I've got to say, like, I know you're a big Harry Potter fan, Ben, and I've got to assume the fact that the film franchise was so successful and the fact that a certain dirty little turf has very little to do with the franchise is probably the only reason it's survived.
I mean, I genuinely was gonna say, like Harry Potter, if J.K. Rowling would shut the fuck up and stop adding weird shit.
Yeah, you just gotta
Wizards
stop.
used to shit themselves and magic it away. No one needed to know that.
Who cares? Yeah, stop trying to distract.
That doesn't solve a problem. That just makes you think. Wait, so why bath? But the entrance to the chamber is in a bath through a sink. So who put that? What plumber?
Yeah, exactly.
We can then find out exactly what time this was created and why and how and fucking
doesn't matter.
Get off Twitter.
And it's the
fuck
same
yourself,
as well.
Rowling.
She is off Twitter now, isn't she? She can't. Go
Is she?
back. Yeah, she got banned, dude.
What? When?
Like a while ago, sometime last year, I think, for all the hateful stuff.
Really?
Yeah, she was awful. She was the worst. I know.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
She was so bad that even Twitter was like, "Yeah, you gotta leave."
I know Graham Linehan.
Yes, it was around about the
last
same
year
time.
sometime.
It was around about the same time.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm very pleased.
And it's a similar deal to Tolkien because like a lot of
he's off Twitter as well.
Yeah, he's been off for hundreds of years. He's got nothing to do with the way that the Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth look now, because it was basically his son who died recently at the age of 90. I say recently, a few years back. Chris Tolkien was basically responsible for like fixing all of the stuff in his father's work, because there were a lot of like loose ends and a lot of stuff that was just all over the place. So, and he was just like, I'll put this on this pile, this on this pile, we'll just retcon that. And he basically just tried to like smooth over the whole thing, and then turned a lot of like the J.R.R. Tolkien's like notebooks and stuff, turned them into actual books. So I think Tolkien himself did the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit. I think he wrote the Silmarillion, but then everything after that was basically done by Chris Tolkien, and that's where like some of the real cool stuff comes in, like Children of Hurin, all of those kinds of books. Again, can't read. Kick-ass audiobooks.
He looks at the pictures.
So all of the stuff like the Amazon series that's coming out whenever, that's basically all going to be down to Chris Tolkien's work rather than J.R.R.'s work. Yeah. What was my point? Oh, things can be bigger than the original creator. So the original creator can kind of be a piece of shit, because unfortunately sometimes people who are really good at making stuff also think bad things about stupid things. They think badly about stuff that's important, or they think that stuff is important is stupid. And they're kind of shitty people, because not everyone can be everything. Stuff sometimes is only one thing.
Yeah.
And it sounds real dumb, but that's been like my guiding thing for like the last year. Not everything can be everything. like, sometimes I guess it's enough that like RuPaul has put hundreds of drag queens on TV and given a platform for gay men to talk about whatever gay men want to talk about. It's just a shame that he's been like funding all the fracking, but not everything can be everything. Sometimes good things are also inherently evil. Someone else needs to talk.
I mean, I've not seen RuPaul's Drag Race. I would like.
You get the gist, though, right?
Yeah, it's like Bake Off, but with drag queens.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Drag queen, go.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the best person drag queening that week is fine. The person who's not drag queening very well gets kicked off until they have just one winner.
Yeah, basically, they put two people in the bottom and they have to do a dance off or a lip sync, and then
there's lip syncing,
and then one of them goes away, and they have different challenges every week. So I'd say it's slightly more varied than Bake Off, but other than that, yeah, basically.
Hey, they did brownies on the last series of Bake Off, and everyone fucked it up. It was really quite funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
That it was just all of these bad, but someone has to be the least bad, so I guess you. But
why not? Roll a dice.
Seriously, the fuck have you all doing?
Yeah, Jesus.
How you been?
Yeah, I've been all right. I it's been half term this week, so I've not been at work. But I got I had a cold just instantly, which is what used to happen when we were doing like lots of events and lots of concerts and working really hard. Like the second you get more than a couple days off, just sick.
Your body goes, wait, we can rest? Awesome. Oh no, all of the bad comes in. Yeah,
you just rest a little bit too hard and your body's just like, haha, guess what you've got? Is it emphysema? So that's been the first half of my week, and like I then got my first vaccine. Whoop whoop. That was Wednesday, so I had to like schlep my decaying, awful garbage body halfway across the city to be injected, and then was sore for the rest of the week. And I'm feeling slightly more human. I'm feeling exhausted today because I had a photo shoot yesterday. I sent you a couple of the pictures.
Yes,
it's gonna be crazy.
It didn't look like you had fun.
We had a great day, but like I was already like, I woke up in the morning and was like, I still feel a tiny bit ropey, so I'm just gonna have to like fill up on Red Bull and just hope for the best. So like I think today I'm knackered from that, but I think I'm over the cold, which is great because I've got to cycle all over Cambridge for like 7:30 tomorrow morning because I'm doing some freelance work. It's gonna suck, but it's money, so it's good. I shouldn't complain. The photo shoot was a lot of fun. Richard Jackson from Valverde is doing the photography, so it was nice to hang out with him for a day.
Oh, cool.
Basically, we because I work in the music department of a school, we have a lot of broken stuff.
Children, teachers,
just everything's dying. So what I, because my my whole like my personal brand and like what I do on the internet and for money is broadly about like trying to make what aspect of money. That? Hey, Fishty Cuffs! Oh, thank you so much. Fishty Cuffs from the Questing Time Discord had listened to some music I made. We'll talk about that later. So my whole like thing that I do on the internet is broadly about making music technology slightly more accessible and trying to demystify some of like the crazy things that look real complicated when it comes to tech aspects of music. And actually the whole thing is real straightforward, but there's a lot of people who can make a lot of money by making it sound complicated. That's the gist of where the music industry is at from like a pedagogical from a teaching standpoint.
Okay, cool.
So, from a pathological standpoint, for the photo shoot, I basically created a mini mountain of all the stuff that's broken in the last few years at work. I just exploded it. I made a huge mess. I made a big old mess. I put one keyboard through another keyboard. I wrecked up a mixing desk with a broken acoustic guitar.
So you sent a picture of you wielding an acoustic guitar to me.
Yeah, and what was crazy is the mixing desk, the metal mixing desk, was like fully dented, and the acoustic guitar was still basically intact. It was completely wild. So there's some really fun images from that. I'm really pleased with what Richard Jackson's done for us there. Yeah, I'll share those. If you find me on Twitter, like, you'll see the stuff is under my name right now. There it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we have an actual screen around us.
Yes.
I'm so used to just seeing your beautiful face.
Oh. Yeah, Ben, point in a random direction. I'll tell you what's there. We can't really see your finger, so bring it back slightly closer to you. No, that's clearly not what I meant. You're pointing at me and the logo. Yeah, I'm gonna hang on. We could boop if we really wanted to.
I mean, all my I'm assuming Instagram handle for Ben is down here.
It's basically on your other armpit. There you go. There.
This one.
Yes.
Come, follow for more.
This is gross. It looks okay. I don't want to talk about what it looks like. Fisticuffs has a music question, which I'll deal with quickly. Both my kids play instruments. It seems like a big leap to what you do. Is there a beginner's app you can recommend? Is there? That was your question. Yes. I'm going to type something in the chat just as soon as I remember its name.
What was the... It was not... Sorry, musician is my favourite. The thing that you... The musician...
Oh yeah, the musician takedown.
The musician video that you have done on YouTube saying how shit musician is. And the fact that that is always got a musician advert at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
That gives you money.
Is one of so funny. It's
one
how
of
cookies
my
work.
favourite things.
Fisticuffs, I've put a link in the chat there. BandLab is basically a free web-based DAW, so piece of software like Cubase, Ableton, Pro Tools, whatever. You make music on there, and the rad thing is, I'm not sure if it's on mobile, but it's definitely on just the browser on a computer. You can make a piece of music on there. As long as you remember to save it whenever you're done, it'll then be available even if you access it on a different computer. So it's all web-based. You have options to like play in MIDI instruments and record your voice or an instrument through whatever microphone you have available on your computer, or just pull in loops from that other people have made, like, and just play around with pre-made stuff. It's really powerful, and I'm sort of amazed it's free. Yeah, the musician thing is hilarious. I'm still getting like, that's where most of my YouTube money comes from. It's that one bloody video. So about, oh man, I'm gonna say 7 years ago, I think.
It was a long old time.
A long ass time ago. Musician is this app that that it basically tries to teach you how to play guitar, piano, ukulele, like most of like the traditional first instruments. But the way it does it is not as good and complete as a music teacher, because it's a app, not a person. It can't do what a music teacher does, like literally impossible. So when the tricky thing is, if you ask someone that works at Musician, or like you look at some of their like marketing, they sort of say, oh, it's you know it could be really good if you have this with a music teacher, and that the number one argument is that this is something to augment whatever music lessons you're having. But the problem with that is all of the marketing and the website implies very, very heavily that this is to replace your music teacher. That was a big sneeze. That was a lot of moving.
I took my mic off.
I saw. Thank you for that.
Because I knew it was coming.
So yeah, so that's the problem with Musician. Like, it's a fine little app, and it does a lot more than a lot of educational apps do, but it's not going to replace your teacher because it's not a person. So I basically made a video like pointing that out, but like specifically taking bits of advertisement for Musician and other apps like it, like Rocksmith, stuff like that, and basically the advert says a thing and I say no, it can't because look at this, and that's the whole gist of the video. And the internet did not like that. They did not like that one little bit. But the problem is that I put adverts on that video, so every time someone watches it, it doesn't matter if they like it or dislike it because I get paid. And the hilarious thing is because of how cookies work, YouTube knows that you're looking at this Musician video because you have more than a passing interest in Musician. So there's Musician adverts on my video telling you very explicitly why Musician is not a good idea. Which means that Musician are paying me to talk about their app. I love cookies.
How shit it is.
I love cookies. I love them. Real life and the internet. Give me them cookies. So how was your week?
I don't have any cookies.
Oh, what? What are you good for?
I've got a mango.
Oh, what does he do?
He go.
Yes, very good.
My week's been busy as piss.
Oh yeah.
Because
is piss known to be busy?
Well, because it's half term.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you're children.
Yeah, I work in a shop. I work in the Harry Potter place.
Yeah.
So all the snotty little shits have been coming and buying stuff, which has been cool. But someone at work has been ill, so I've been covering, helping out. So that's less stressful for everyone else. And I've become very sleepy, very tired. I got my COVID jab, my second one, yesterday.
Hey, good job.
So I am barely here.
You were saying before the show that it feels like it's affected you mentally more than physically, which is really interesting to me.
Yeah, like the first one that I had. Do you remember getting like your jabs at school or anything, and you felt really run down and like a bit fluey?
I don't remember that, but then like I was always sick, so who knows?
I mean, sort of like a bit cold on the chest and achy and
Yeah.
And you know that kind of sucked. But I thought, you know, this would be actually quite fun if it weren't for the pain. And this time, there's not pain.
Just the ropiness without the.
There's no like physical. My arm hurts a bit.
Yeah.
But there's no like physical anguish.
That's good.
There's just sort of. I feel like my brain is about half a second behind everything else and sort of looking over this way.
This is going to be a great show.
Which is quite. It's not a bad way to be.
Incredible. So if I throw like philosophical quandaries at you, like, are you going to be able to tackle them better than you would normally?
Let's do it.
I don't have one ready to hand. Like the only one I have is about the tree falling in the forest, which has an answer, by the way. So if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? And no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
It would fully depend on your definition of sound.
Ah.
What is a sound? Does a sound exist? If it is simply the vibrations going through the air, or does it only become sound when it is picked up or received by something?
Yeah, no, you've stumbled across the right answer.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. Sound is an organic sensation. Like humans, we receive sound So not the tree doesn't create sound. We receive vibrations and perceive it as sound. So if there's no one around, no. We also don't know if like animals.
But the vibrations would still exist.
The vibrations would exist, but sound is our brains turning vibrations into an audio.
It's the
phenomenon.
interpretation.
Yeah. Which is like, don't think about that too much if you're a musician, because like the whole thing just falls apart. Like there is no point if you think about it too much.
Yeah. I was going to say, so does that mean we're making sound?
Yeah, we
People
are.
are hearing it, but not from us. It's a different vibration, a vibration coming from some other place. So does that mean that our sound actually exists?
No, we hear. If I talk out loud and no one's around, I still hear what I'm saying, so I'm still making sound.
You hear what you're saying, but how do you know you're not just imagining it?
Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about.
Let's get weird.
I feel like we already have. Is there anything like you want to cover before like jumping into the podcast? Because we can technically fill another 25 minutes with our bullshit, but we could just start the podcast. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It was just going to be us talking, just whether or not we hit record beforehand. Or we could introduce the stream.
I mean, we haven't actually done that yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So
basically what happens is, if no one's around the...
What happens if no one is around to hear it, but it's recorded? Well, fisticuffs, I haven't said. Fantastic name. The sound would only exist once the recorded sound... Oh, it would be the recorded sound, but it would be... it wouldn't count as a sound until an organic thing took the stuff.
There's a million...
Until it was heard.
Your second comment, Fisticuffs. The tree, not the podcast. I promise you there's a million podcasts that just have zero listenership. But they definitely exist. Because they're taking up fucking space on iTunes.
Oh.
I know, yeah. Apparently I really feel ways about that.
Ian gets very cross when iTunes is untidy.
It's just about all the excess data, you know. So what happens if no one is around to hear it, but it's recorded? So it still generates sound in that the audio recorder has to pick up the vibrations magnetically.
But it would be stored as data instead of
noise. Data that is played back as audio. So if there's a recorder there, the tree does make a sound. But
not until afterwards.
Well, because the recorder is there and presumably running, it's still...
Is it running because the tree's nearly fallen on it?
Yeah, it doesn't have any legs, so it's just falling.
Oh, that's... Poor little tape recorder just go... well...
Just a cassette that's decided to end it all.
If a cassette commits suicide via falling foliage...
Yeah.
Does it make a noise?
Depends if anyone's around to hear it.
It's an existential wail. Not like the sea creature. The noise, which may or may not exist.
Just a whale in space. How do they get here?
Whoa!
I think, yes.
That links nicely to the thing that we're here to do.
We haven't introduced the stream. We can't introduce the podcast.
No, but I said about whales, so you can now introduce the stream. Like fucking 25 half an hour minutes in.
25 half an hour minutes.
I don't know how many minutes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Conversation Hat podcast live stream. What's going to happen is me and Ben are going to talk about inane nothing for between 40 minutes and just over an hour. And then we're going to start the podcast recording. The podcast recording is going to be a podcast available wherever you get your podcasts next week. And Ben's screen's gone black, which is pretty wild.
Has it? Oh, it has.
Can't explain that. I'm going to press randomly. I'm going to press these buttons. What's going on there?
I can still see me. If my screen goes black and no one's around to see it, do I still exist?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yes, but quietly.
Yes, but quietly. This is good, isn't it?
Oh. That's alright. It's not like I'm the pretty one.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like this is an audio show. You're still making sound. The sound's still coming through there. Give us a 1-2.
A 6-7.
Okay, traitor. That's weird. Why is that?
I don't know.
Doesn't
Let's not worry about it too much.
Doesn't make any sense. It's not like I even have a picture of Ben I can just put in the way.
Just bring a picture of me up on your phone and just like balance it somewhere in the background.
I don't think that's going to help.
Liam,
Hello.
Liam,
Hello.
Liam,
Hello.
Liam.
Hello.
I'm not that important.
You sort of are.
Oh, that's nice.
It just went black.
It's alright, you fiddle with that while I tell everyone what it is we're meant to be doing.
That sounds fair.
As Liam has said before
Hello.
my face disappeared, this is the Livestream podcast livestream, where we talk about bollocks for a while before we record the actual podcast, but you guys are here with us, and we thank you for that. This time, we will be talking about the sea.
Bum, bum, bum.
I am really... I told my friend this morning when we were having our coffees that the sea was our topic for this live stream. And she went, like, the blue wet thing or the letter?
Wow.
And I was instantly furious with myself that I hadn't just planned like half an hour's worth of just talking about the letter C.
Yeah.
So, sorry if that's what you were expecting, but it's not.
I have 24 potential episode topics, by the way.
What letter are you missing out?
C.
And?
How many letters are there supposed to be?
26.
Oh, really? Okay, fuck it. Q.
We're not doing Q.
Not doing Q.
That one will have to wait.
Yeah. What?
Because Q, like a queue, you wait in the queue.
God, that's funny. You're a funny guy.
Thanks. I feel so special. So yeah, nautical nonsense. That's what we're discussing today. I was really hoping that Liam would have had it sorted out by now.
Yeah, me too, man. Ben's doing all... He's balancing a spoon on his face.
That's my thumb.
That is your thumb.
But, you know, as you said, it's an audio show, so let's not worry our pretty little heads too much.
Well, too bad. I'm worried.
Okay.
Yeah.
This might take a...
It's alright, I'm just going to keep poking buttons. Oh.
Is it me? That looks like me.
It was nearly you. So what's weird is it says the device is in use by another application, but it totally is not. Well, that's another webcam.
Fisticuffs. What if it's like Schrodinger's cat? What state is it in until someone listens to that recording? It's both dead and alive. It's both silent and cacophonous.
You're back, by the way. It's just in data form, I guess.
Here's my spoon.
Yes, everybody. The special spoon. See, it did exist. Oh, you look like a fucking freak.
Thanks. And I have a spoon.
So now that that's all taken care of, should we start the actual podcast?
I look like one of the many characters from the new Suicide Squad film.
You do.
I don't know who it is, but in the trailer they say he has a toilet seat on his head.
Jackie Daytona.
I don't know if that's right or what.
It's definitely not Jackie Daytona.
Okay. Good.
Do you know Jackie Daytona?
Not personally, or at all.
Okay. But you've seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Have you seen all of What We Do in the Shadows?
Unless another season has come out that I don't know about. Yes, I've seen both seasons.
Have you seen the one where Matt Berry's character disappears to be a bartender for a while? And he's like the best bartender and everyone loves him. And he's called Jackie Daytona.
Yes.
That's only on my mind because it was Laura's birthday a couple months ago now, and I was trying to find something stupid, and I found like a whole merch range for Jackie Daytona.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's good stuff. Are you ready to record, Ben?
I mean, sure.
Excellent.
Let's do. Hang on, I'm gonna shout just a second. Ah!
What's that? Why are you screeching? Having a screech.
That was my. Well, because we've not recorded in the same room for ages, I still have to do my own special little sound checks.
They are special.
Do you remember my special little sound checks?
Oh yeah, we got to set the Liam level and then the Ben level because we can't use Liam's level for both.
And then there's the guest who's just sitting there while I'm screaming at you.
You're more likely
going, what the fuck is going to happen here?
You're way more likely to shriek incoherently.
Yeah. In all walks of life.
Yeah, man.
I'm pressing record.
I've also pressed record. Good
wow,
for
we've
you.
started.
Hey, the sync track works.
Gallant.
Marvellous. Oh, wait, hang on. Did you say something?
Something.
The sync track doesn't work.
No, I don't know what that is.
Doesn't matter. Shall we try to do the clapping thing again? Because it always works.
Ready?
Yeah. One. No. What? What? You're being shitty on purpose. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I've just got to assume that was on time.
No idea if that's going to work because what? Because of the lag. What if there's lag?
The good thing is, as soon as we perfect this, we'll just go back to recording in person.
You think we're ever going to perfect it?
I also don't think we're ever going to go back to recording in person.
Yeah.
My house is closer.
Shut up, Ben.
That's not the good thing to say at the beginning of a podcasty show.
Sorry, I'll do it with a bit more gravitas. Shut up, Ben.
I more meant that would just be that would just be me being quiet for the whole thing and you talking at yourself.
Ring, 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 ring. Hello, NASA. You say we've discovered the perfect podcast? Oh wow! Hey Ben, you'll never guess what. NASA called. They think I'm Obama. Idiots. Spend so much time looking up, they don't know who Obama is. I like Ben when he's ropey because he finds me more funny.
Yeah, hello, pod babies. Welcome to the podcast version of the live stream of the podcast.
Big up.
How's it going?
I'm answering on behalf of the pod babies. They're fine. There's no bit. There's no joke. It's just that they're fine.
I'm glad that you are all doing well. And if you're not, and you are unhappy with Liam's representation of you, you should have turned up to the fucking live stream and you could have answered for yourselves.
You could have made the whole thing much more uplifting, but you chose to sleep.
Which is fine.
I suppose. Wonderful bed.
Some people are sleepy.
Hey, you know what, Ben?
That's okay.
You know what, Ben? I like bed.
I like bed too. Have we made that t-shirt yet?
Yes, it's available everywhere. Not everywhere. Some places. Literally only one place.
Everywhere. Can't move for I Am Bed t-shirts.
Look, man, there's a merch link in the chat. So there you go. If you're listening to the podcast, you'll notice there isn't a chat. So there. You can just come find us on
merch.
Come find us on Twitter. You'll see it. Or go to tpublic.com/stores/conversation-hat. The hyphen is the symbol, not the...
Genuinely buying one now.
Oh, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the sea today, the ocean.
Look at the range of colours.
There's at least grey. With me and Ben have got a collection of stories, factoids, and all kinds of stuff about the ocean. The big wet thing in between the places people live.
Big old wet thing.
Big old wet thing. Spicy Chai Bunny has just joined. What did she miss? You missed the most amazing NASA-related put down, and that truly is it.
Liam's Obama.
Yeah, it turns out I'm Obama. I have a podcast with a rock singer.
High.
Ben's all ropey because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
I don't have the COVID.
Yet.
But I got my, and I shouldn't do, for I got my jabby jabs.
Yeah.
I got my jab yesterday, and I'm Spaceballs.
The movie? Oh no.
I am the movie Spaceballs.
Oh, Ben's committing copyright infringement.
Did you know that the sequel to Spaceballs was going to be Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2?
Oh my god. Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Very disappointed that they didn't make it.
Yeah. Ben, we have a whole bunch of stuff about the ocean. Do we want to just jump into it and see where we go?
We do. Well. I have for you, Liam.
Oh gosh.
An introductory sea shanty.
Oh heck.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, we all know that Wellerman, the 18th century song that got technoded last year and became the fastest #1 song ever.
I thought it was an original creation by that guy on TikTok.
No, the Wellerman was an actual sea shanty.
Oh, okay. Fun.
Yeah, from ages ago, but then Nathan Evans did it.
There's no, you're factually accurate there. He did undo it.
He did it.
There's a really interesting thing about sea shanties and like why that was viral during lockdown. Adam Neely has a really interesting video on it. Adam Neely has a lot of really interesting videos about a lot of stuff. He talks about how basically work songs are supposed to be a way to enhance community and relationships through hard times, which is why back in unfortunate slavery days in America and other parts of the world, the people in slavery would sing a lot, and that's where we get a lot of roots and blues music through people working together, chain gang, exactly. So he basically, Adam Neely posits that COVID is kind of this unifying shithole of an experience that everyone's basically had a year of feeling pretty bad in various ways. So actually TikTok as a method for the propagation and creation of new works of art is really interesting. So one dude uploads a sea shanty and people are encouraged to sing along, harmonize, do the call and response stuff. Yeah, I think the whole thing is mad interesting. So Ben's written one.
I wrote one, but I used that tune because it was easier.
Yeah, it's a good tune.
So would you like me to serenade you with my very...
I don't think that would be appropriate.
I'll just fucking delete it then, shall I? I won't bother.
Just delete it off your phone and we'll never talk about it again.
Apparently, you doing the podcast yourself gets you a phone call from NASA because you're Obama.
Oops, sorry, that's NASA calling again. Yeah, I know he's on to us. I have accidentally been saying this whole thing out loud. Otherwise the joke wouldn't work. How do you get on the call? Stupid group chat. Damn it, NASA, sort it out. Yeah, no, Ben, do your sea shanty, please. I'd love to hear it, sincerely.
Thank you. Right, are you ready?
I can't clap along.
You can
that's going to be distracting because one of us will be out of time.
Probably.
Oh no, but it's my computer that's sending the broadcast, so you'll think I'm an idiot, but they'll think I'm in time. So that's fine with me.
Right. This is a show about the sea. The show is presented by Liam and me. We'll talk about fish and things that are wet, and hopefully some laughs we will get. Welcome to our live stream, the most nautical that you have seen. The ocean floor is where we'll go, so hurry up and start the show.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Can someone on Twitch please clip that? And can someone on Twitch please work out what clipping is? Tell me, and then I'll do it.
It should have actually been, so let's hurry up and get on with the show. Clip that bit in and fix it the bit where I fucked up the last line.
That's not how clipping works. No one's going to mind.
I don't know what clipping is.
Oh, that's why I'm hoping someone on Twitch will. Good job, Ben. How long did that take you?
About 2 minutes.
Incredible, because we were both supposed to write sea shanties, but I didn't because I thought it was beneath me. And also, I've been sick for the whole week, so like, yeah, I've just not been able to think that coherently. I've been able to research stuff, but I've not been able to make stuff, because that's how my brain goes. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
What do you want to do first or second, I suppose?
Well, there was my phantasmagorical sea shanty. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you know, didn't get a phone call from NASA saying that you were the ex-president. The good one, not the shitty one.
Yeah,
well, I have just another. I've got a few little tidbits of information about the sea for you. Predominantly, I mean, there's some interesting stuff, but the main thing that I really want to focus on is the sea's fucking scary.
It's good to have a common theme. Okay. It's
not, you know, everyone loves a little paddle. You can go and have a little swim. It's lovely. But as a whole, fucking terrifying.
Yeah, 100%.
I've already told the story where I nearly got lost at sea in an inflatable armchair.
Yep.
So I won't tell that one again. However, on the same sort of time frame, because I was near the sea. Once you get past the bit where everyone's swimming with the sweat and the suntan lotion is all coming off and it's all dirty and blurred. I'm talking, of course, about nicer countries where the sea isn't iron grey wherever you go. This was in Spain. You get out past that bit, it's beautiful, crystal clear water. And you can see the fish, and you can see the bottom, and it's all very picturesque and lovely and delightful. I was swimming about underneath said water, and thought, I know what will be cool. I'm going to look at the horizon. See what the horizon looks like beneath the sea. The answer is an abyss.
Yeah.
It keeps going in all directions.
Yes.
And it's weird that it just goes on so much that light doesn't really go through it anymore, but it does. Yeah. So it's this otherworldly blue.
Yeah.
And in seeing that, you know that goes on around the world.
Mm-hmm.
That is bigger than anything you could possibly imagine or comprehend. There's everything in that. The biggest creatures that have ever lived are in that. You can't see them.
Yep.
But they're there.
Yep.
And in that instant that I realised this, I got out and I laid on my towel for a bit.
He's still there.
To this day, I still do not like swimming in the sea because of that moment.
I think that's fair.
Jesus.
Do you know how much of the ocean is unexplored?
Like almost all of it.
80. Last I heard was 80%.
I actually have my my little facts here.
Oh,
When was this written? This, to be fair, this was written in 2020, almost a year ago. But this was less than 5% of the ocean, of the planet's ocean, has been explored.
okay.
According to this is coming from Ocean Service. Thank you very much. Man has explored less than 5% of the Earth's oceans.
Okay.
We know much more about the surface of the moon than
Which
we
is
do.
so funny.
But to be fair, we can see that, can't we?
Yeah, exactly. We can see that at night time by just looking up.
I can look at a lot of the moon from here.
Yeah.
It's more difficult to look in the sea. You need to be in the sea to look in the sea.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, we've explored almost none of it.
Yeah.
It has, which is extra. But the majority of life on Earth lives in the sea.
Yes, that's definitely true, which is also terrifying.
Like 94% of all life, which includes flora and fauna and all of the other others. But yeah, it's all in the sea.
Can I quickly just make a suggestion for the chat? There's like Captain Buddy 7 and Spicy Chai Bunny have sort of done this already, but there's some real fun emojis in the global emotes thing. I want to see what like mad sea creatures you can make. There's creeper heads, there's various logos, there's people's faces, there's apparent celebrities I've never heard of. Let's see what you can do with like the fish heads and the tentacle arms and stuff. Yeah, go nuts. I'm on board, Ben. I think the sea is terrifying. I think that there's something about like the empty abyssal nothingness. Even in video games, that like it really freaks me out. Like I think World of Warcraft, they back a few years ago that they did a whole big underwater region, and it was also terrifying just because of the vastness of it. Even in an environment that's like perfectly controllable and perfectly stable, like it still felt like awful. Especially when like there's big bosses or like giant creatures that you think are like, oh, it's a fish, and then you keep swimming towards it and like, that's a very big fish, and then you keep swimming towards it and like, nah, that's like a landmass that is also a fish that I'm standing on.
It's this hugeness. Like you can lose Mount Everest in the Mariana Trench.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. You
can lose it.
Yeah.
Not you can put it in.
No, you can not be able to find it.
That's big enough. Putting it in is fucking. You can put it in and then you look away and you don't know where it is anymore.
Yeah.
And that's just a little bit of the sea.
Yeah.
That's the bit right at the bottom. That's, if anything, I would assume, the smallest bit.
Yeah. But what's mad is that like the Mariana Trench is so deep and like unexplored, but like we've still been able to get some really nice source out of it.
Well, you know, the Italians are very good at deep sea diving.
I think we all knew at some point I'd make that joke, right? No one's surprised by that. No one's saddened.
I was just like, really. I think it's because I spent so long trying to properly say Mariana Trench.
Yes.
Because I was so close to saying marinara.
Meatball marinara trench. Oh, that's a lot of sauce.
And now I've said it, I'm not going to be able to say it the right way around. I'll be like, oh yes, I'll have the marinara sub.
So are all of your facts to do with how you hate the sea?
I don't hate it, I just fear it.
Okay, I think that's probably the right way around.
I was told that, but you can just float in the sea. You just relax. and you can
But if
float.
you relax too much, you'll end up Lord knows where.
Well, this is the thing, because if you lay in, I wouldn't recommend trying to float face down.
No, don't do that.
You could float, but you're not going to be aware of it for very long.
No, exactly.
So you'd have to do it with your back to everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then all of everything is behind you. You can't see it anyway, but now you really can't see it, and it's coming for you.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And people, I've flown in aeroplanes, not meaning to brag, but I have. I've been there.
Wow.
And I'm not scared of flying, but I don't like it when you're over the sea.
Yeah.
Because if you crash on the floor, you're either dead, or you could probably walk somewhere. Someone will be able to find you. There'll be a big mess for people to see and find and get you. Go in the sea. I think if you're lucky, you're dead straight away. If you're unlucky, you're in the thing that sinks. 95% of the crashes never found. And if you're really unlucky, you're bobbing about with nothing to do but wait.
But, like, surely they have a tracking system so that you know where a ship is if it's crashed.
Yeah, but the sea isn't still.
True.
You've seen Castaway, right?
No. Well,
Really?
I might have, but like years ago. But it's one of them things where, like, I know what happens in the film.
Wilson.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's very easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And if you're just one little, you know.
Yeah. Well, I just won't fly then.
Well, fly, but just over landlocked places. Go to Europe and nowhere else.
Yeah. You're not going to get lost in, like, the channel, are you?
I mean, it's a smaller area.
Yeah. Less could go
It's very
wrong.
busy. There's a lot of boats.
Yeah, that's
Busiest
true.
shipping ship place in the world.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to try to bully you for not knowing the word, but I also can't think of the word, so fair enough.
Shipping lane.
Shipping lane. Shipping lane. Magnificent. I have a few little stories and things. And do you have, like, a couple different bits? Should we go back and forth? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we can go back and forth. I just need to close the window, which I didn't actually do, and there's a train going past. Excuse me. The gentlest of moments.
Boy, I sure hope NASA doesn't call again in Ben's absence. Ring, ring. Uh-oh. Hello. NASA? Yeah, no, it's a joke. They're not really calling. I'm not very good at filling time. I sure hope Ben's back soon. I miss him. It would also be, like, a lot funnier if we just sat here in silence for the entire time. Seriously, how far away is this window? I think he's doing it to screw with us now. Could have a staring contest. I'm going to stare at the chat. Oh, thank God he's back. How did that take that long?
Was that NASA on the phone again?
Yeah, NASA called. They told me to stop doing the bit or they'll sue me.
Oh. Well, it's nice that they still just check in with you.
Yeah, check in that I'm not stealing their IP. Ooh, look at him go. He knows what he's doing. He's a professional man.
I am a professional man.
I
am the man, which is my profession.
So I have 3 bits. How many bits do you have in terms of podcast
Just 2,
points?
but it's how my trousers sit. It makes it look Oh, right. Sorry, 3 bits. Well, I've got, more stuff to shout about how the sea is fucking terrifying.
Is that the gist of everything you have, or do you have specific?
Yeah, because it's lovely and it's pretty, and I do have more information in my brain, but
Okay.
No, I like the sea. I have things to discuss.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or should I?
I thought I'd just been. I did a sea shanty, and I said how terrifying everything is.
So it's my turn. Okay, that's fine. Which one to do first? Okay, let's start with this one. I've got a historical thing, which I think I'll start with. A historical discovery. I've got a story about something that happened to me in the sea, and then I've got some stuff about crabs. And Spicy Chai Bunny's just been told that swearing is for regulars and subscribers, but I don't know how she's not. I don't know how she's not. The thing.
Every live stream, she
but
gets
I've turned
told
it
off for
off.
swearing,
I don't care. I don't
saying
care.
that she needs to be here more, but she's here all the time.
I literally can't get her to fucking leave. Like,
she's always here, but somehow always getting in trouble for swearing and saying, "Oh, Streamlabs, you piece of ass."
It's also a hilarious idea that, like, just because you're here more often, you can get away with, like, appalling language. Could you imagine if you had that rule at school? It's like, little Timmy, I know you just dropped the F-bomb, but, like, you gotta up your attendance if you want to swear like a sailor. Like, at the moment, you're at 80% attendance, so you can say tits and twat, but, like, nothing else.
You've got perfect attendance. Yes, you can call the headmaster a cuck.
Word protection is on. Hang on. So then, auto permit. Okay, hang on. So I think, so that's frustrating because we've got a blacklist of specific words, and then also there's just the general list of swears. But, like, hang on, I'm just going to auto permit everyone, I think. Just turn that off because it's clearly causing more hassle than it's worth. There we go. Spicy Chai Bunny, swear a lot, see what happens.
You could also give
if I don't
money.
get you banned.
Yeah, let's not get everyone banned.
Yeah, not immediately. Okay, so sorry about that, folks. So I've got a story about me. I've got a historical thing, and I've got crabs. Let's start
Crabs
with
are
the.
nautical.
What do you want me to start with, Ben?
The first one.
Fine. So this will be about 15 years ago. I went jet skiing. Didn't want to. Was trying to impress a girlfriend. By impress, I mean we were on holiday and they owned jet skis, because what family owns jet skis? So I had a terrible time the entire time because of who I am. Had to wear a wetsuit, which is, I mean, that's why I hate myself now. I was fine.
Flattering.
I was fine then. Now I hate myself. And also, like, what they don't tell you about wearing a wetsuit is how everyone tells you to go piss yourself. Where'd that come from? I just put a wetsuit on. I'm like, you better piss yourself if you get cold. I'm like, stop telling me to piss myself.
Were they just saying that to you?
No, apparently everyone had a go, because every now and again you just look over and, like, stepdad was going and clearly just having a pee on himself. I was like, this is weird. So I was already having a terrible time. That's apparently what you do to, like, get the suit warm, because otherwise it's just freezing.
You have to pull that face?
He was he was auditioning to be the Iranu guy on the next series of Shooting Stars, so that's a niche joke.
Yes, it is.
I trust our audience to know what to know what I'm talking about. So jet skiing is this whole thing, and basically the ocean smelt like piss. I wonder why. I have this weird bias about like all British seasides just smelling like crap, and apparently not everyone thinks that, but I'm like, all seasides smell like crap.
No. There is a smell that only exists near the public toilets on a beach.
Yes. Oh my god.
And we all know that it's coming from the gents.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Going in there, pissing in flip-flops is... Ugh.
This beach smells of quim. Ugh. Could you imagine? It smells of quim and breast milk. Ah, there's the line. 2 stars. Someone had a good time. I did not. Desperately trying to claw it back to whatever point I was making. Yeah, so I was having a terrible time. I was wearing it smelled horrible. I was wearing a wetsuit, so I felt awful. Everyone's pissing themselves. It sounds like a night out, doesn't it? It sounds like an early 20s night out.
Everything smelling like quim and breast milk.
What a time.
Weatherspoons is open, isn't it?
Awful, just awful. So we're jet skiing around. That was like the more enjoyable bit of it because I didn't have to like sit on the beach being told to piss myself. Like once you're bobbing around on the jet ski, it's a bit of fun, but like we did fall off a few times because we don't know what we're doing. And we're trying to avoid this giant like rocky bit, like a little island, which is covered in seals because of course it is. And like this one time we fall off the jet ski and we're a little too close to the little rocky island, so like I fall off such that I'm underwater for like a good 10 seconds, and then I bob up. I'm like there. It's all disgusting. There's pee everywhere, and I noticed that the jet ski has just landed somewhere over there. My girlfriend at the time is for some reason slightly closer to the jet ski, and I turn around like, Seal Island, wonderful, right here. And then I feel something tap me on the shoulder.
To the stepdad pissing on you.
And I'm not 100% sure of what happened, but I'm pretty sure I punched a seal in the face. Because I turn around after like flinching and freaking out. I just see a seal like disappear off into the distance. And then I'm just sort of bobbing around in my like inflatable seat trying to like blend in with the seals despite having just assaulted their mum. Arf. Arf. I felt like a seal in the wetsuit.
I am Seal.
Yeah, I'm Seal. Yeah, that's my story. That's my fucking story.
Well, how can we call ourselves comedians if none of us started singing Kiss from a Rose?
Oh, because the guy's name...
Seals,
yeah.
Liam. Seal.
I feel like that would be the obvious joke, so I'm glad we rose above it and didn't mention it at any point. Yeah, that's my first story. Punched a seal. Pretty sure I'm punched a seal. And to wrap it all off, girlfriend...
Greenpeace exists.
Girlfriend, not impressed. But she never was.
I wonder why.
Because she was the worst. You'll go, Ben.
You actually just reminded me of... Would you like to know why I am a little bit like the Queen?
I would love to know why you're a little bit like the Queen. Is there only one reason? I'm a little bit like the Queen
for the reason that I shall now give you.
Yeah.
When the first, I believe it was a military submarine of the United Kingdom was made,
yeah,
the Queen went to go and have a look. It's interesting, isn't it? And if you're the Queen, why not?
Yeah,
yeah. They were showing her around, and she said, "Where are the windows to see the fish?" Which is adorable and lovely because, you know, it's not a machine of war. We want to go and see the fish. I believe I was about 5, maybe 6 years old when we went to Paris.
Ooh, exotic.
And we went, Yeah, we went on the Eurostar. It was the bit where you drive your car in and you sit in your car for the whole duration of the journey. And I was very disappointed because we were going in a tunnel that was under the sea. I wanted to see the fish.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was told I was going under the sea to France.
Yeah.
There ain't no fish. Thing's made of bloody concrete. You can't see through it.
Can't see through it.
I was very disappointed.
That's the thing about concrete, isn't it?
Much in the same manner as I imagined the Queen would have been when they went, nah, it's just for killing people, innit? I wanted to see the fish.
Yeah.
So did Her Majesty. I'm a little bit like the Queen.
You are a little bit like the Queen.
Thank you.
Do you want to know how I'm a little bit like the Queen?
Go on.
I'm a product of incest. I'm not, as far as I know.
That is... Whoa!
Yeah.
Let's
Big
have that
reveal.
on the live stream. What's happening here?
Yeah. You know,
Keep it
I'm
in the
not.
family.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Go on, Ben. What's your next thing? Or was that you being like the Queen? Was that your next point?
Well, that was just something that
Just a bit of fun.
thought... Just a bit of fun.
Just a bit of fun.
I'm going to hit you with a coincidence.
It's not about the
two
Queen, is it?
I've got two little things. There was my Queen thing. There's this, and then what? You've got another thing, right?
I
How
got
many
another
things have you
two
got?
things.
Cool. So I'll do this. You do a thing. I'll give you my two little bits of information. Then I've got a game for us to play.
Bloody heck!
This only happened because it was in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
December 5th.
December fish.
5th.
Fish. The
of
fish of December.
Not the 4 or the 6. But
The fish. Fish of December. The turkey.
1664.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop doing this fucking show with you.
1554.
A ship sank in the Menai Strait, located just off the coast of North Wales. 80 passengers died. There was one survivor. His name was Hugh Williams. Nothing particularly remarkable about that. You may assume, you may think you would be wrong. Well, you wouldn't be wrong at that point.
No.
But you would be a little bit wrong in 1785, when a ship sank on the Menai Strait, when all the passengers died, except one man, whose name was Hugh Williams.
Oh.
That's a bit spooky, right?
Was it the same guy?
These kind of things happen. What, 119 years later?
Yeah, well, that would be spooky.
That would be especially spooky. It would be even more spooky if in 1820 another ship sank in the same area, all passengers dying except one dude.
Jethro
His name was
Tull.
also... His name was Jethro Tull.
Wow.
No. Thanks for fucking up the climax, but yeah.
He was
Hugh
Jethro
Williams.
Tull. Oh, Hugh Williams. That's really mad. So how far apart were they again, time wise?
1664.
Yeah.
1785.
Yeah.
And 1820.
And do you happen to know how many crashes there have been in that area? Because if it's only those 3 boats, that's wild.
That would be creepy. It's got quite rough waters.
Okay.
Like it's a year-round thing, so it's not like great, and it gets worse in the winter.
Yeah.
Particularly in December. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Wales, and I'm not saying anything against Wales.
I've seen Wales.
It's winter time, and I assume even more so in the sea, as we know, which is terrifying and maddeningly dangerous. It's proper rainy, gloomy, foggy all. But yeah, there were like between the 1664 and the 1821, there were like 300 other shipwrecks.
Wow. Okay. But that's North Wales, wasn't it? Yeah, North Wales. I think everyone in North Wales is called Hugh Williams. So I mean, how many other passengers were called Hugh Williams? I didn't make it. Was
none,
it all of
none
them?
who survived.
And there should be only one. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah,
Good
I
stuff.
mean, not that everyone died, but
well, that was 100 years ago. Like, they probably would have died anyway. Eventually.
They'd be dead now. Yeah.
Yeah, idiots. Good stuff. So I have a couple bits about discoveries underwater. One specific bit, and then a couple bits.
So I'm just before you get started, I would like to throw out kudos to the people making the monsters in the chat.
There's some real good monsters. There's some fish eating some dogs as well, which I'm not down for.
Which
I'm less happy about.
Fishy cuffs. No windows in the channel's tunnel as Yobs kept trying to punch the sea life. Liam.
What? I didn't know there was a seal there. I was just flailing because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So my fact here. I went into a bit of an internet tunnel the other day, researching weird things that have been found in the ocean. As we sort of said, there's between 80 to 95% of the ocean has not been explored. So there's loads more stuff under there. Some of it probably man-made. Some of it alien-made. What? There's two things I want to talk about, which I think are worth a Google, but they're not the subject of this point because there's like no information about them. They're just wild and they're just worth a look at. And that'll bring me to my actual object that I want to talk about. So there's a lot of Jesus statues underwater, like literally a load of Jesus statues all over the place. And there's a few different stories of people dying in the ocean and people deciding to commemorate their lives with a big underwater Jesus statue, which I think is nuts. But whatever. Two things that I really suggest you Google are the Yonaguni Monument and the Baltic Sea Anomaly. I'm just gonna put those in chat.
How do I spell the Yonaguni what?
The Yonaguni Monument and the Baltic Sea Anomaly. I think I spelled those right. The Yonaguni Monument. I misspelled Yonaguni Monument. The
Yonaguni.
Yes. There's no H in there because I'm an idiot. So the Yonaguni Monument looks like a carved monument. It kind of looks a little bit like the
Jesus Christ.
It looks a little bit Aztec to me.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's like carved stairs and like lumps and stuff. I don't think it's quite a pyramid, but it has like a lot of structural similarities to what you might carve into a pyramid. It's discovered submerged just to the south coast of Yonaguni Island, which politically is Japanese, but geographically is Chinese because it's literally next to Taiwan. And it was discovered a while ago, and we don't really know anything about it. Like, some people have said could have been carved by an ancient civilization, and because there's a crap load of earthquakes around that area, just plummeted into the sea. because that's what happens with earthquakes. But some people also think that it could just be naturally occurring, super coincidental looking thing because of how like fault lines work or something. That seems less believable than an ancient civilization carved it and now it's in the water. So that's really fun and worth a Google, but there isn't much information about it. It's just really cool to look at. Second thing, the Baltic Sea anomaly. So the Baltic Sea is the little strip between Sweden and Finland.
Very cold.
The Baltic Sea anomaly literally looks like the Millennium Falcon, but carved out of stone.
Wow.
And people who try to study it or do tests, they all struggle because their tests are just inexplicably ruined by tech issues. So people who've tried to take like pictures or whatever, just cameras haven't worked, weird stuff like that. And that's all the info we have on the Baltic Sea anomaly. It looks like a spaceship. It's underground and it's made of stone. Yeah, and it's wild. And I mentioned both of these things because they're super cool, but there's basically no more information. There's a little bit more information, like Spicy Chai Bunny, as she says. A few people think there's hieroglyphs on the Yonaguni monument. I didn't find that myself, but yeah, that's one of the extra mad stuff. There's also something about resonance. If you Google resonance Yonaguni monument, I sort of opened that page and I was like, nah, man, it's like 2 a.m. I can't. I can't right now. So there's some stuff there that's worth looking at, but I think it's all theoretical or like conjecture, or like it gets into yeah, I imagine it'd be a great smoking read. It's a little bit wee woo, but like worth looking at. There's very little concrete, forgive the pun, information about these weird underground stone things. The thing I want to talk about is the Antikythera mechanism. Again, if you want to Google that, Antikythera mechanism. In 1901, a archaeologist discovered a 2,000-year-old boat off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera, which is one of the smaller islands in southwest Greece. The boat had pots, jewelry, a statue of a philosopher, and a device which we refer to as the Antikythera mechanism. I think the consensus is that this boat was a bunch of stuff that was stolen and then sunk. The Antikythera mechanism is a collection of brass gears and plates mounted inside a box. And it's about the size of like a mantelpiece clock. And because it was discovered in 1901, they didn't really have the technology to work out what it was for. But in 1959, they did. They managed to work out that the device was used to plot the location of planets and stars in the sky according to a month. It also tracked seasons, festivals, eclipses, modeled the cycles of the moon, and the Olympic Games, I think, or the time of the
FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, FIFA World Cup. It would tell you when the PlayStation 5 came out, and it also had Bluetooth, which is mad because that's ancient. Is that ancient Greece 2,000 years ago? Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty fucking old.
That's around about the birth of our Lord and Savior, Gary Oldman. Couldn't think of anyone that had the word old in their name except for Gary Oldman.
If it helps, I forgot the name of Matt Berry's alias. Did you know that Gary Oldman is younger than Gary Newman?
Yes, I hate that. It's not right. One of them needs to die.
Really annoying.
So that's the
Sort it out,
That's
Gary.
the Antikythera mechanism. In it, weird.
I think it's really cool that there was technology like that long ago.
Yeah. Well, I guess they needed it back then. Like, it's super impressive by what we understand of the ancient world, but like, I guess they needed that kind of thing more than we do now, because most of everything would have been to do with planting crops, and like festivals were more important because they believed in gods and etc. So it was more important to keep track of those festivals because they believed it impacted their lives, and you need to be able to plot stars and stuff in case you're lost at sea. But I think, like, yeah, so it's more necessary to have that kind of device back then, but still crazy impressive that they're able to put it together.
They had something that did all of that.
Yeah.
And it was like this big.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I mean, you look at a laptop in the 90s.
Yeah, Jesus. So, ancient
Got
computer.
a word processor and that's it.
Yeah, definitely more portable than Stonehenge. Yeah, I think the Greeks were slightly more advanced than the ancient Celts, maybe.
Much easier to put on a boat.
Yeah, definitely. Although, yeah...
You ever tried to make a henge on a ship?
But it'd still just end up at the bottom of the ocean, which is what happened with the Antikythera mechanism.
True.
Oh, we accidentally said Greeks 5 times and now size here. say Tadziki 3 times into a mirror and Sai will appear. Sorry, buddy. I have Tadziki on the brain. We got kebabs yesterday. It was dope. Anyway, that's just an insight into my life. Ben, what's your next point?
See, now my things are also stuff found, mysterious things found in the sea.
Ooh.
That's quite a nice thing for us. Yeah, look at these links.
Yeah. Like we planned.
Also, because terrifying.
Yeah.
You've heard of the giant squid, correct?
Oh, it's like a regular squid, only huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the colossal squid?
Bigger, I'm sure.
Much.
Is there going to be one bigger?
The giant squid was never really, if I say never really proven, it was, they thought that it was a myth.
Right.
Until, as often as these things work, until they caught one.
Oh yeah.
They went, bugger me, that's a big squid, isn't it? This giant squid is the biggest that could ever be. But they were wrong. There is a species of squid that is more giant than the giant squid, which they have called the colossal squid.
Oh, this is going to be an awful Google, isn't it?
The largest specimen recorded, or the largest known specimen of the colossal squid was a lady squid. Often the females of species are bigger than the males. It was captured in February 2007, just off the coast of by a New Zealand fishing boat, just off of Antarctica. Squid was close to dead. It was 10 meters in length and weighed 495 kilograms, which, depending on, I think that's about half a ton. Pretty impressive for something that's not got bones or anything in it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of flesh.
Yeah, that's a lot.
However, the scary thing, you know that the squids have beaks.
Yes.
Sort of like parrot, like it comes out like it's very difficult to. Like, okay, can't describe it with my hands over an audio show. Like Zoidberg's mouth.
Yes.
Where Zoidberg's mouth is, a squid would have a beak.
Yeah, yeah.
The beak of the largest female squid, the half-ton squid, was considerably smaller than the beaks that have been found in the stomachs of sperm whales. Those were the beaks found in the stomachs of sperm whales were the only evidence that colossal squid existed until they pulled out an actual nearly dead one.
Huh.
And the beaks inside the sperm whale bellies were bigger.
Yeah.
Like
That's
considerably bigger. So this 10-meter, half-ton colossal squid, not the biggest thing in there.
That's amazing.
There's
Good
bigger
stuff.
ones. The eyes are 27 centimeters. It's about the size of a dinner plate.
Ugh. Too big.
Each.
No, not into it.
And they their ovaries contain thousands of eggs. Let's not
Thousands of
forget
eggs.
that, is it cephalopod?
Yes.
I think that's the proper pronunciation. I've not got it written down anywhere. Even if I did, probably spelt it wrong, and that wouldn't have helped. But yeah, they have a lot of babies. Because they need to have lots of babies, because things eat the babies.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But in this case, quite pleasant. Because we don't want thousands of those. We don't want thousands of those going around. Jesus Christ. Scary. I believe it's somewhere in New Zealand that you could have... you can go and see it.
I might give it a miss.
It's the Museum of New Zealand Te Papa Tongarawa? I'm sorry, I cannot... I next to no experience in... the language of New Zealand.
It doesn't
Took
show.
me ages to figure out how to say Taika Waititi, and even then I nearly fucked up.
Taika Waititi.
Him, Taika Waititi.
So close.
See,
tied to a titty.
It's tricky when I've only ever really seen the name in credits. Okay, I tried my best. I'm not perfect.
Your best was fine.
Let's talk about the Globster.
It's like a really dude bro nickname that someone gives themselves.
Well, the Globster.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Glob. You can call me the Globster.
The Globster. It's not as fun as when I stumbled across this. It's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like an obese lobster, or again, like Zoidberg when he comes out of his shell and he's all wobbly.
Yeah.
A globster is the name given to an unidentified organic mass that washes up on the beach.
Ooh.
It's hard to identify.
Is it a creature or is that a fatberg?
Well, a fatberg is something found in sewers that consists of fat.
Yeah.
A fatberg is a big lump of fat that's accumulated in sewers.
But this is what I assume it looks like.
I mean, you can Google it. It's the St. Augustine monster.
I know. I'm looking at it. There's quite a few of them.
Yes, that is a globster. It's just a fleshy or organic lump of stuff that's come from the sea. Not sure what it is, but it's there. There's some that have been like big octopuses or big fatty bits of whale, but some, you just.
That's pretty, because it looks kind of hairy, doesn't it?
It's just a big gross thing. You know, like when you're in a swimming pool and there's just something that's sort of lumpy and that sort of floats past and you try to push it away.
Get out of here, Quim.
You think it's probably someone sneezed.
Yeah.
And then you think about what else it could be and you really hope it's someone sneezed and you try to get it away. Yeah, that's a globster.
Yeah.
There was
pretty fun.
There was a white whale carcass in 2020. That was a globster.
Oh, so it can be anything. It's not one specific thing. It's anything that's like
anything that was
Gooey.
alive anything that was alive or living, but we're not sure what the fuck it is at the moment because it's just a blobby lump.
Okay, so it's a big wet mystery. Is a
That
so
is a
anything
globster.
that's a mystery is a globster. Okay.
Fisticuffs. Yes, lobsters are technically immortal. They will not die of old age. They die of exterior the influence. Something disease or getting eaten or getting squashed. So there is a movement. I don't think anyone's really started doing this yet, but there is a movement on the internet that wants to get a lobster and keep it and pass it down for generations. And because lobsters, as they never stop growing,
Oh God.
they'll shift their shell out. So over many lifetimes, we would have an eldritch god and just a massive immortal lobster. Going back to H.P. Lovecraft, which we
Gross.
talked about in the live stream and not actually on the thing. I wonder if it would be racist. We wouldn't know. We'll have to find out by doing more research, perhaps another time.
That kind of links into my final point.
See? It's perfect.
See. Ha.
Do it.
See.
See?
Ha. I will, but I'm going to vamp until this aeroplane goes overhead. And by vamp, I mean pause silently.
That bugger has been going around for a while.
It's just some rich dude who any time the sun comes out is like, pip, pip, better get in the old Skymobile, what-o.
So spicy chai bunny, Seth Rogen leopards.
That is honestly what I thought you were... When you said Seth, I was like, he's good.
No, cephalop. Jesus.
Ben.
Yes.
Ben.
Darling.
Ben.
Sweetie.
Ben.
Honey.
Ben.
My sugar boo.
Do you want to be a crab, Ben?
Liam, the question that you should really ask is who doesn't want to be a crab?
Well, you're wrong. Because, yes, you do want to be a crab. Yeah, no, you're right. Everything wants to be a crab. Maybe if you sitting at home are thinking, I don't want to be a crab. That's your stupid human brain talking because your body wants you to be a crab. We're all going to be crabs. You better get on board. Snip, snip, what-o. The short version, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
The short version is that a large number of underwater beings eventually turn up crabs. Because crabs are the highest form of life, right? So crabs are the highest form. Yeah, crabs are great because crabs can live underwater, they can live on land, they can dig and live underground, and the most terrifying of all, they can climb trees, Ben.
Yeah,
Crabs are the highest form of life. This is a process called carcinization to become crab-like. And basically there's a lot of evidence that an awful lot of crustaceans that look like crabs used to not look like crabs. They used to look more like lobsters, and over the course of time, everything that was a crab, or everything that is currently a crab used to not be a crab. And very few things have always been a crab. And things have, over time, evolved into being crabs. So what I'm saying is that we're all going to be crabs. You better get on board, snip, snip, what-o.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's the name of the episode. Very few things that are still crabs were or have always been crabs.
Yeah. There's lots of things. Yeah, there's lots of evidence that just Google carcinization. It's wild. There's a huge variety of different kinds of crabs, and what's weird is that some things look like crabs and some things are crabs, but for all intents and purposes, evolution wants you to become crab-like. So whether you become a true crab, I'm not even really sure what the difference between a true crab and something that is just crab-like is, but like the gist is evolution wants you to become a crab so that you can live.
A true crab A true crab is bottled in a certain region of France. All
Okay.
others are just fizzy crustaceans.
Right, I was going to say a true crab looks out for its homies, but yours was funnier. Yeah, so like crustaceans are all turning into crabs, and if you Google crabs, there's lots of different kinds of crab. It's not just the little scuttling sideways ones, snip, snip, watto. Yeah, so you know what? I really thought there was more to this point when I started writing, but like,
I mean, hey,
it is really interesting. But if you Google
You know what?
carcinization,
don't Google crab. If you
Right.
Google crabs, then it's just like
crab or
trying
crabs?
to get rid of lice.
Oh yeah.
If you Google crabs, there's crab on Wikipedia, and then everything else is about pubes.
Google carcinization.
There's some big old crabs in here. How do you spell Carson?
I'll put that in the chat as well.
Carson Daly.
No, carcinization. Carcinization.
The crab cycle. There is only one step, and it is crab.
Yep, that's exactly right. Will humans turn into crabs? Yes. Good
Crab
to
people.
know.
Happened in South Park.
According to Wikipedia, carcinization is an example of convergent evolution in which a crustacean animal evolves into a crab-like form.
Why everything eventually becomes a crab. Wow.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Crabs.
That's interesting.
Crabs.
There's some nightmares for you.
Hell yeah. Snip, snip. So that was my last fact.
Awesome. Well, that's nearly our show. But Liam.
But Liam.
Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
You have previously said that I need to put a bit more effort into
Everything.
the naming the games that I come
Oh
up
yeah,
with.
no, fair enough. I did say that.
So what we're going to do today, it's a similar thing as the other ones. It's multiple choice. We are going to discuss and see if you can figure out which water deities and mythical creatures are real water deities and mythical creatures.
When you say
We
real,
are going to play Where is Your God Now?
sure, wouldn't it be which is your god now?
No, because that implies that I'm trying to convert you to...
No, because I'm not
Wiccan.
locating them. I'm trying to discern which is the real one.
Dude, I wrote down in big letters, Where is Your God Now?
Yeah, I
and
see that.
then I came up with the game.
So you worked backwards from the name, didn't you?
Well, I started going, hey, we could do this, and then I sort of Googled some stuff, and it was basically all Poseidon and Neptune.
Some
But I
guy-
still just wanted to shout, Where is Your God Now?
Some guy named Sai. Nobody ever asks, how is your god now? I love it. This is really fun. I just want to be really careful about what you mean by which of these mythological creatures or gods are real.
Okay, so to confirm, to just, clarify,
Yeah.
there are... That in each round, there is one deity or mythical creature that has history and lore behind it that people believed in at some point, and then there's 3 that I made up.
So it's a being that was believed to have existed,
Yes.
or even in allegory. So like the Minotaur, for example, the Greeks might not have thought that the Minotaur existed literally, but the allegory of Theseus and the Minotaur was pervasive at the time. Fuck
God
me,
damn
that...
it. Fisticuffs has got a much better name. God or Cod.
Amazing.
So much better. So much better.
Incredible. So, okay, I'm amazed that I was able to string the previous sentence together. Turns out that Classics A-Level was just a big waste.
Yeah. So let's see if you know
God or cod.
God or cod.
God or cod. Incredible.
It's gonna be. I mean, I may still be a little bit bitter about how you treated me during the fashion live stream.
Oh no. Oh
Where
no,
you
my
were
chickens have come home to roost, haven't they?
You were just kind of a dick.
I don't think that's true at all. I think I was chasing laughs, and that's fine.
So I thought, you know, I could put a little description for each of these, and then thought, no, fuck him. You go have to guess this based purely on the names.
Okay, wonderful.
So, or cod.
Mm-hmm.
Round 1.
Yeah.
We have Dodola, Soloda, Boabab, or Barbara. Which is the deity or mythical creature? God or cod?
Are you going to tell me what religion, what part of the world?
This is the Slavic goddess of rain.
Ooh, Slavic, okay.
Dodola,
Yeah.
Solada, Boabab, or Barbara.
Second one.
Second one.
Yeah.
Solada.
Mm-hmm.
Sure it's not Barbara?
Pretty sure. Not 100%, but pretty sure.
Oh, Liam, you idiot. I made that up.
Of course you did.
It is Dodola, the Slavic
Oh.
goddess of rain.
Okay.
I put Solada because I thought, maybe he'll think solar, like the sun in the sky, with the rain, and you fell into my trap.
I
You
didn't think that
idiot.
at all. I didn't think anything of the
How
sort.
Fine. Yeah,
That's
Slavic
good, okay.
goddess of rain.
Yeah? And what does she do?
What do you mean, what does she do? She's the goddess of rain.
Yeah, so she makes it rain.
Yeah.
So she's, yeah.
Just goes to
strip clubs.
all
doling
the
out
clubs
the-
and
yeah.
wearing them dollar bills, y'all.
That makes sense. I got one wrong. I'm a garbage man.
Round 2 of God or Cod.
God, oh God.
We have the shape-shifting spirit.
Ooh.
The Sculpey, the Kelpie, the Helpy, or I gotta pee.
The Skelpie, the Kelpie, the something, and the obvious joke.
The Sculpey,
Yeah,
the Kelpie,
yeah,
the Helpy,
yeah.
or the I gotta pee.
And what part of the world is this from?
This is a shape-shifting spirit which inhabits the lakes of Scottish folklore. Shall I do it in a Scottish accent to see if
That would
the
could
Sculpey,
only help.
the Kelpie, the Helpy, or the I gotta pee.
Skelpie.
Scalpy?
Yeah.
You fool, Liam, you fool! Have you not heard of the water kelpie?
No.
You uncultured anus.
Oh. Okay. Hey, my
Which is the
arsehole watches
Kelpie.
BBC One.
And by my
Yeah, fair
accusation.
enough. Yeah, okay. Ah, Kelpie. Fun. Okay.
Yes, Si, the baobab is a tree. That's why I put it in there.
That's
because
why
I
it
thought I'd
sounded.
try...
That was going to be my first guess, but like, because it sounded familiar.
Yeah,
Like I know
put it-
Slavic rain gods for some reason.
Well, I thought... I've put some in there to...
Yeah.
There's the obvious joke, and then there's the one that I might trick you with, or you might go, obviously not, that's a tree from Africa.
Are they always going to be in the same order then?
No,
Okay.
because they weren't last time.
Mm,
I mean, the stupid one's probably always going to be at the end.
yeah, probably. All right, go on.
Probably.
What's the next one?
Horses of the sea.
Okay.
We have the hippothalamus,
Oh yeah.
the hippocampi,
Okay.
the hippoacqui, or the hippodampi.
Hippoacqui.
Hippoacqui?
Yeah.
Be the water of the sea?
Water of the sea.
The water of the sea. The horses of the sea.
The land seahorse of the ocean.
What's your logic behind choosing the hippoacqui?
What were the first two?
The hippocampi,
Yeah.
the hypothalamus.
Well, those are both bits of the body, aren't they? Hippocampus, hypothalamus.
Are they?
I think so, yeah.
What was the first one that you said? Because I've not said hippocampus.
You said hippocampi.
I said hippocampi.
Yeah, which is very close to
Hypothalamus.
hippocampus and hypothalamus.
The hippoacqui and the hippodampi.
Hippodampi is just funny. Yeah, so I'm going third one.
You're wrong. You fell into my trap. Ha 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 ha.
Not a trap.
It's not a hippo. Although hippo, I do believe, is some sort of horse type root word. It's the hippocampi.
Oh, okay.
Hippo horses.
Hippo horses. Yeah, I know about the hippo horses.
Hypothalamus or hypothalamus is the temperature regulator in the brain.
Yes.
I know that because I watched Osmosis Jones.
I have a cold brain.
Oh.
Hmm.
The campy hippo. Right. God or cod. I mean, I did 5 of these because I thought, there might be a bit of a tie-breaking situation.
No.
But no, you suck.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently, if you give me 4 words, none of which make any sense or bear any resemblance to anything, and then ask me which one is the right one, I'm equally as likely to get it wrong each time. It's just maths, really, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. Well,
it's fine.
I mean, the Boabab and the Barbara, you got a 50-50 chance because those two were both obviously wrong. Whatever, Liam.
I thought the Boabab would be right because I recognised it.
But it's a tree. So
yes, but I didn't know it was a tree.
Well,
I can't know all the things, can I?
Cod or God?
Go on.
Aquilos.
Okay.
Spinnylos.
Okay.
Grindylos.
Okay.
Or Heidi Highs.
Are you going to give me any preface, any information, or are you just going to say 4 things?
Yes, I'm going to. Give me a second, and I will do it, and then I will repeat the names.
That'd be grand.
I don't know if I've actually been doing that. I'm still really spaced out.
I see that.
But that's what I've meant to
You're
do
doing
if
really
I haven't
well.
done it already.
You're doing really well.
Water demons.
Okay.
From British folklore in the county of Yorkshire.
Okay.
Aquilos, Spinnylos, Grindylos, or Heidi Highs.
So the first 3 have got the suffix "los", don't they?
They do indeed.
So Aquilos, the first one, I think that you've taken the thing "los" and you've added "aqui", so it sounds like it's got water. So I think that's a misdirect. So then it's Spinnylos or Grindylos.
Mm-hmm. Or Heidi Highs.
Or Heidi Highs. You can't discount the Heidi Highs. I think... So Grindylos and Spinnylos?
Spinnylos.
I think it's Spinnylos. My reasoning is that if Ben were to research something called a Spinnylo and he had to come up with 2 different versions, his brain would go, well, we're talking about water, so Aquilos, and it would also go, what sounds fun? What sounds mythological? Looks around a room. Crimes of Grindelwald. Grindylos. So I'm going Spinnylos.
Interesting logic.
Yes. I thought about this one.
And this is... No, you're wrong.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
It is in fact Grindylos.
Oh no.
Which is quite fun. How you went there was quite fun because Grindylos are mentioned several times in Harry Potter.
Ah.
But I do not own Fantastic Beasts or Crimes of Grindelwald because, I mean, they're not good
Yeah, fair enough.
Crimes of Grindelwald is an abomination.
I haven't seen it.
Do it just so you can be angry with me.
Great.
Fantastic Beasts is a fun film. It's not a good film. It's not well made. Or well written.
Or good in any way.
Or good in any way.
Or morally worthy.
No, it should have just stopped.
Yeah, fair enough.
It shouldn't have happened. But hey, Eddie Redmayne's nice, isn't he?
Yes, he's the man in it.
He is a man in it, yes. Instead of that film where he was a lady.
Yes.
I don't remember what
several
that
other
called.
films
I've not seen it.
where he was not in it.
Or where he was someone else.
Yeah.
Man
good
of many
stuff.
talents. We've got one more.
One more. Okay, bring it.
Let's see. If you
I'm going to
can
not
just-
logic it this time.
Let's see if you can knock it out of the park and
Statistically, I should get one.
or get them all wrong, and then you get a prize.
Oh, good. A booby.
Not a good prize. Just get, I don't know, spat at in the street. Slightly less than normal.
Yay, twice.
So, final one. We have tapas, capas,
Okay.
slapas, and rapas. These are water monkeys from Japan.
Ooh, okay.
Tapas, kappas, slappers, and rappers.
What was the second one?
Kappas.
Kappas. Because
Kappas?
it's the only one that doesn't sound like anything else.
You not seen the brand Kappas?
Clearly I haven't.
Oh. Well, it's good that you haven't, because I don't know if it exists, because they are little Japanese water monkeys.
Yeah, I got one.
Yay!
Yay, I'm
Liam,
worthy.
You've got 4 out of 5 wrong. That means that you will be spat at in the street in exactly the same quantities as you were previously.
Thank God, I hate change.
Congratulations.
I do hate change. Good job, buddy.
Thanks. Ah, Spicy Chai Bunny really wanted to answer. I guess that means she knew the things.
I guess so. Well done for
See?
knowing the things.
Other people know the things. Liam, congratulations on your 1 point.
I'm not a smart man. I've never pretended to be. I make weird sounds, and that's like my whole deal.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yay, Spicy Chai Bunny, she knew the things. She gets spat at less.
I'm sure that's true anyway.
But even less now.
Good
Good job. Points.
Good job.
Oh,
points.
that was fun. We talked about the sea. And all other things surrounding it. Well, not land, or
Boats.
beaches, or sky, or boats.
Seals.
Didn't talk that much about fish either.
Ex-girlfriends. Peeing oneself.
And
Squid.
hippos.
Hippos. Yeah.
Liam!
We need to do
Wrap stuff up.
Should we do good news on plugs? I need to press the good news button. And
You've
let's
got
see
to
if
press
it
the good
works.
news button, buddy.
I'm pressing it now.
Good news, everyone!
Oh, okay. The screen just went blank after that, which is great. I think Streamlabs needs to update.
I have good news. Have you got good news? Oh no, there you go. It went good news. We got the thing.
And then it went blank for a bit afterwards.
Oh well.
I have good news, but I have a feeling that my good news is very similar to something that you have.
Well, shall I do my good news first?
Yes. What's
my
your
good news has things to do with the sea. See?
Oh God.
Theme.
Yeah, we thought it through.
Australia.
Oh yeah.
There are going to be 2 new conservation parks around Christmas Island and the Keeling Islands in the Indian Ocean to the northwest of Australia that will cover nearly 3/4 of a million. Why am I saying nearly 3/4 of a million? It's 77,004.
You're doing really well. You can do it.
Oh,
You're
I'm
nearly there.
so close to doing
You're
it.
nearly
So close.
there. Let's get some Ben hype in the chat, please. Let's get him through this. Let's carry him home.
Soon, I can almost sleep.
Yeah, you just got to finish this and you can just climb up to your bed and then we're good.
740,000 square kilometres of ocean will be put under protection in the form of 2 parks, bringing the Australian waters from 37% protected to 45% protected. This is a good thing. It means that people aren't going to fuck with the sea that much. The conservation groups around the world are pushing for the protection of 30% of global oceans and landmass by 2030, and this is a big old step, and we are happy that it is being done. Because the barrier reefs and the reefs in the oceans are damn important. We should look after them, eat less fish, recycle. Carlsberg have now got 4 packs of beer that don't have the little rings, plastic rings, the Paco rings around them. That's good. You don't have to drink Carlsberg. You could just snip up all the things.
There's many other lagers available.
Don't fuck up the sea. Protect it. We like the sea. As terrifying as it is, it's pretty.
We respect the sea and are afraid of it. That's the conversation hat promise.
Damn straight.
I'm going to use my good news to be like...
Beautiful... Sorry. Spicy Chai Bunny. The beautiful coral reef around Australia is not totally buggered. It's pretty fucked, but it's getting better.
Yeah, that's true.
And it can continue to get better if we keep working and pushing for it to get better. So actively do all the things you can do and encourage others to do so, and it'll be all right.
By, like, do all the things you can do, I assume you mean we're going to have a very expensive and corrosive plane journey over there just to stand by the seashore and just glare at people that go near it.
I mean, I'm going to not do that because that's
I'm going to charter...
and expensive.
I'm going to hire an entire plane to myself. Because I'm made of money. I'm going to use my good news to be, like, awfully self-serving because, to be honest, this has taken up most of my spare time in, like, the last 3 or 4 months. I have music out. Again, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what? Sometimes I release music. Because I'm a fool and I forget that, like, sometimes it's fine to talk about music. It's time to teach people about music. And that's valuable. But occasionally, just occasionally, you've got to prove that you can make music. And I've once again failed to do that. Lol. Japes. Haha. No, I've got music out. I released a...
What an unpleasant thing to do. Good news, I suck.
Turns out we were all right. Turns out my parents totally knew the score when it came to me vis-a-vis my level of success in the future. Yeah, no, I have music out. I released a 4-track EP on the Friday just gone. It's called The Elements. The band is Blue Alatar, which is, yes, a Tolkien reference. It's out on all good digital platforms and probably some shitty ones as well. It's also up SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and Ko-fi. Actually, if you wanna spend money on it, spend money on Ko-fi because I get more money through Ko-fi, which is wonderful. It's a instrumental EP, 4 tracks. Track number 3 basically started life as a sort of piratey, not a sea shanty because it's instrumental, but that was the sort of thing I was going for. Very sort of traditional British folk inspired, kind of Celtic Irish. There's lots of Uilleann pipes throughout, which are like bagpipes but less annoying. And yes.
Awesome.
I did a thing. If you find me on Twitter, you'll see links everywhere. It's fucking impossible to miss. What would be real helpful is if you take a listen to it on Spotify or wherever and you happen to like it, if you add it to some playlists, That would be real helpful. Because it's that returning custom that we need, you know?
You could put it in a playlist along with the episodes of the Conversation Hat podcast.
No, you could not.
Could you not?
You cannot do that.
Oh. Alright, don't do that. Don't ignore what I said. Do what Liam said.
If you want to listen to the EP and then put Spotify on silent and just play through all the Conversation Hat, that would be great. I think someone in France did exactly that, because we had, over the course of this week, 128 plays from one village in France. I was like, oh,
wow,
someone's had a terrible week.
No, we're just really big in Toulouse.
Yeah, the one episode was played like a whole bunch. Well, what the analytics don't show like a boost in any particular episodes, but like the individual episode counts are about the same, but the overall plays are high, which implies that one person has listened to everything, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's very nice of them. If they're listening, merci beaucoup. Which is actually French. I just remembered that I can speak French. That's nice, isn't it?
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Oui.
Do you want to do your plug, or shall I do my plug? My plug is not me again. I promise.
I'll do my plug.
Okay.
My plug, there is I realised that Friday just gone, the 4th, was International Fish and Chips Day, and I didn't have fish and chips.
Oh no!
Which is good, because it helps sustain the ocean, because I'm not contributing to the mass slaughter of fish. What did happen?
Or potatoes.
Also on the 4th of the Friday that just went past. Really funky little local artist called Blue Alatar released.
I heard he's a fascist.
Released The Elements. Oh, he's a dick.
He is. He really is.
No, yeah, Liam's released his. I mean, genuinely, I was going to plug this before knowing that your good news was this.
Oh yeah, I'll take any excuse to talk about myself.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have to go into detail because you just did it. But
as the reporter of the Cambridge Independent found out, when apparently I just talked about the soul being a fifth element in esoteric mysticism for like a solid 5 minutes, and then some of that actually ended up in the article, which was hilarious. It's really nice to have a local paper that actually kind of give a shit and will like talk to you on the phone for half an hour and send a photographer over because they actually value what's happening in the city. I think I'm just used to having local papers that don't care.
I mean, we also have some proper shitty papers here.
Yeah, other Cambridge-based papers are no bueno.
We don't need to have the same dogging article every 3 months.
It's the same doggers. They know who they are and they're having a great time.
We already know where to go to fuck strangers outside, okay?
We all have the apps. It's fine.
We've all got gardens. We know these things. Better stories, please.
Thank you, Cambridge Independent.
It is a... Yeah, Cambridge Independent is a nice one.
Yes. And the handy thing about being in like a print newspaper is it makes it really easy to sort of remind extended family what it is you do, because like this is going to sound, I'm not trying to brag, but like I have 2,500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. If I tell my granddad that, he doesn't.
That means nothing.
He's nothing. It's just what are any of the things you just said. But if I go, Nan, I'm in the paper, they'll get excited. They won't go and listen to the music. They'll get excited about the article, not the thing I'm doing that the article is about. But like, the effect is much the same. So it's all good. So yeah, it's nice to have the kind of old school media legitimacy.
Yeah.
Rather than like, I'm on this blog. What's a blog? Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah,
I see
it's
this is not
awesome.
for you. What's up, buddy? Appreciate it.
No worries.
My plug is that
Now you say something nice to me.
my friend Ben has a podcast.
He's really boring, but you know,
it's
the
fine.
other guy's all right.
Yeah, the other guy, he's a musician, I think.
So I just I tried to put a link into the chat about the barrier reef not being completely fucked, but it's been deleted. So Google it yourself.
Oh yeah, we need to add you as an admin or something to the chat. That would make sense, wouldn't it? We need to sort. Look, I fixed the swearing problem.
We don't have to do it now.
I fixed the swearing problem on stream. No one noticed. We'll do that next time. If you Facebook me the link, Ben, I can put it in the chat. How's that? So my plug is a documentary which I'm sure many of you have seen already. It's available on Netflix. It has the stupidest title, Seaspiracy. Could have called it Conspiracy, but you didn't. It's really good because it highlights some issues with ocean pollution that I had no ideas about, and I don't want to speak for everyone else in the world, but I imagine I have a pretty normal attitude about that's a really bloody long link. Sorry about that. It does eventually link there. Sorry, let me just try that again.
Oh wow.
That's Facebook being weird. Seaspiracy, it highlights a lot of issues about pollution that I was just completely unaware of. For example, I know that plastic pollution is supposed to be a big problem, but actually a much bigger problem is the amount of discarded nets that fishing boats leave in the ocean. Because yes, little fish can get caught in inside of plastic containers and stuff, but big fish can get caught in nets. And then that leads to more pollution because there's giant corpses, not just little corpses all over the place. And I've got to say, like, I'm a little light on details because I watched it a couple months ago, but I sort of remembered it's a good thing to watch because of the content of this stream, the topic. So I would suggest going and watching that. It's not an upper, but it won't ruin your day like the Epstein documentaries did.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's good stuff to be aware of, basically. And like there is some like actual conspiracy stuff going on as well, and like the dude who films it like does legitimately nearly get murdered a few times, which is wild.
Yeah, he said that he ended up making something that he didn't set out to make.
Yeah, it's not the film he intended to make. He's like, yeah, at no point did he think, oh yeah, I might get fucking killed in a different country.
Yeah, he was just talking about plastic straws, and
yeah,
then
exactly. And it is interesting, a lot of the stuff you learn about, like the little, what's it, the blue fish icon. That means it's sustainably farmed. That doesn't mean anything because they don't enforce it or check.
It's bollocks.
Yeah. So that's something to go watch.
They get given money for the more labels they give out, the more money they get. So they just give fucking everyone.
Exactly.
Obviously, take all Netflix documentaries with a little bit of salt, but
I think it's worth like double checking.
You need a whole
things.
fucking ocean's worth of salt to get. It's yeah, it opens your eyes to things that you wouldn't have thought they were closed to.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's our show.
I think so as well. Are we doing? Are we raiding?
Yes. Let's do a raid. We're going to go raid the only person I know who's online, Hiberno Way, who usually what he does is either D&D related things or reading through random Wikipedia articles. So if that isn't enthralling, I don't know what is.
Wait. Before doing that,
yeah.
Everyone who's watching who has Twitter, I don't have Twitter anymore, and I can't be asked to make a new one to sign in. Tweet at Game UK, telling them to fix their website so that I can sign on using the Facebook app and claim back all the points that they've taken from me because their website isn't happening.
What have they done to you?
They're not letting me log in to my account to get like 20 quid's worth of points, and I want my points. So if anyone feels like tweeting game
have you
so
like,
I can get my points.
Have you like emailed them
like,
or something?
Hey, game.
Have you opened a ticket or done anything helpful?
I spoke to, well, you say helpful. I spoke to the person on the live web chat, and after 2 hours they went, yeah, the website's not working, you have to wait.
Well, that's fine, you just got to wait. Be patient.
Yeah, but I want my points, Liam.
I'm pressing the raid button. When you get over there, say hi, tell them who sent you, and then hit refresh. So if you actually are going to watch for a little bit, that would be nice. And this is the awkward bit where the raid happens, but we're still live on YouTube. I think. So I think we're just going to say bye to YouTube. Bye? Well, no, it's gone, because that's how raids work.
Oh, bye. I thought we'd say bye to our friends, but okay.
Yeah, but that's not how raids works. It's fine. YouTube, thank you. We're going now.
Peace out.
Button.
Behaviour from everyone. No one would be excluded from the meeting.
I was thrown out of the meeting. So I was
right. This is Weaver, please.
Please let the gentlemen.
To disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it. You can't. This is Weaver, please. You can't.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority. No authority.